definitely makes sense. How did you, like, what's your thoughts on, we'll kind of just stick with Aberdeen. What's your thoughts on Aberdeen kind of right now? Like, what's your thinking? Because, again, I've been so out of the Scottish game for 8 years. I've seen when I've come home at Christmas specific games, but as it has been for a long, long time, it's always Rangers or Celtic, right? That's all you're getting. So, what's your thoughts right now on Aberdeen? Just because I see a lot of chat about Derek McInnes. So I'm just wondering kind of where they're going.
Well, I mean, first of all, I go back since McInnes took over, which was 2013. We had, quick success, won a trophy in his first year, which was the first time we'd won one for almost 20 years.
Right.
And suddenly it was a good, clear style of play in place. He'd made good signings, and obviously Rangers were out of the picture at the time, and that season Hibs and Hearts both got relegated.
Yeah.
So it was boom time. It should have been boom time for us. Three biggest clubs in the country were not even in the same league the next season. And at that time, Celtic also appointed Dyla, who had a mixed reign at Celtic. They certainly they're probably weaker now than then, but they've certainly compared to Rodgers' period where they were literally invincible. Dyla's Celtic could be got at, and I feel that was those 2 seasons were a huge missed opportunity for us for possibly winning the league, and certainly winning other trophies. Teams like Inverness and Johnston, they won cups at that time.
Yeah.
And as the years have gone by and Rangers have come back into it, and now very strong this season, and we've kind of gone the other way. And it feels to me as though he's been good overall, but it was a missed opportunity in his good years where I thought he was doing a great job, but just there will always be a sense of regret about that period. And then the last two years or so, it's been absolutely dire to watch. Just about getting results, but I'm not sure how we're fourth in the table, because I can't think of many games I've watched this season where we've been anything other than really grim to watch. I think he's the second longest serving manager in Scotland. He's been there for 8 years now, and that's a long time for a manager anywhere. And it just comes a point where things just get a bit stale. I feel like he's not. I don't think he's going to be able to turn it round. He's been fortunate that Hearts have also got relegated as well. So, and Dundee United have only just come back into the top flight. So these would be traditional rivals for third and fourth European spots. So you basically just got Hibs competing against, and they've not been that happy with their manager at times this season too. So it feels like he's run his course. And the best thing would have been had he gone to a decent job down south. He goes with the best wishes. We get weighed in financially, and we can start afresh. But now it feels like it's just going to drag on and on. Because we can't really afford to pay him off. He's on a big contract, and nobody's going to come in and take him because his recent record
is poor.
He's already been down south of Bristol City, so his stock isn't that high there. The only other clubs in Scotland that would be bigger would be Celtic and Rangers. I mean, Hearts would be similar level, but he's not going to go there, or Hibs. So there's just nowhere for him to go. So he's going to hang on in there until it gets so bad that he gets sacked, which would probably mean going into the bottom 6, which is not going to happen this season. It might happen next season, the way we're playing and the way we're trimming down the squad pretty significantly. Lost McKenna, lost Cosgrove, and shoring things up with loan signings and that kind of thing. So I'm No, I mean, I'm pretty apathetic at the moment. It's just you're watching it. It's bad enough without the crowds.
Yeah, it's
Struggle to
terrible.
be up
Yeah.
for it without that. Although to be fair, it doesn't change the atmosphere too much. A lot of our home games,
Mm.
but yeah, just a bit.
Why do you think what like I mean, why do you think that at the time, you said, Hearts were out and Rangers were out and there was just Celtic, and I understand the money side of the game, and I get that they have a lot more money than Aberdeen will, but why do you think there wasn't an opportunity, or why do you think that, maybe not even Aberdeen, why do you think no one else was maybe even able to pit them, or is it as simple as the money?
Well, that's obviously a big part,
Mm-hmm.
but well, there were two seasons. The first was 14-15, and that's when all three Hibs, Hearts, and Rangers were all
Yeah.
out of the league. And that season, I would say our main problem was games against Celtic. If I remember rightly, I think they won all four of the matches against us that season.
Right.
So I think that was probably the key in that campaign. The following season, we had a better record against Celtic. We beat them twice at home. I was at one of those games. Fortunately, I was back for a wedding, and that was fantastic. One of my best experiences at Pittodrie. And
Class.
yeah, it was around early February. I think we were joint top or something like that, and it was proper. It was proper tight. You felt, this could really happen, and that you still felt there was a chance until, I don't know, middle of March or something. Then we lost a few. We probably didn't invest. Whether we had the money to do so, maybe we didn't. But we were trying to get away with pretty questionable defence at times. Ash Taylor. We lost the goalkeeper Danny Ward, who we had on loan from, I think, from Liverpool at the time.
Yeah. Danny Ward from Liverpool.
He was fantastic for us, and then he got recalled, and they sent him out to an English Championship club instead.
Huddersfield.
Aye. Then we attempted to get away with what was his name? Scott Brown, I think, was the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I was
murder.
It was a huge climb down in quality, and those were factors, and it just.
Do you think
lost games that we really shouldn't have, and just 3 games away from leading positions, and it was probably a little bit of bottle, but also comes down, the gap between Aberdeen and Celtic is much bigger than the gap between Aberdeen and, let's say, a Motherwell or at the time a Dundee or something like that.
Well, and like we'll get into the Scottish football kind of stuff in general as a bit, but what do you think that from looking on the outside in then for Aberdeen, obviously, like you say, maybe being a little bit less emotionally attached to it because you're away from it. What from the outside in, first of all, are you kind of thinking that, not for any other reason than it's ran its course, that maybe it's time for Mciness to go? And who would you maybe like to see be given that opportunity if you think it is time for Mciness to maybe go in to freshen things up?
Well, I think it is. I think it's it's definitely run its course, but I wouldn't pay over the odds to sack him at this point in time, when we're clearly financially we've got to be very careful. We're going to lose losing month after month of gate receipts and stuff like that, and all the other match day revenues. And what are we really chasing? I mean, we're chasing what, third or fourth? We might still manage that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
With Mciness. So I think we're stuck with him for now, and it has to get really bad for him to
be let go.
Walk away. But yeah, I'd be in favour of changing in terms of a replacement. Really don't know. I think Martindale is interesting. He's had a couple of poor results there, but he's one that would interest me. Jim Goodwin, I think, is doing a good job at St Mirren. Like his attitude. I think those would probably be I don't think we would appoint Martindale. I think his baggage would be probably too much for a club like Aberdeen, rightly or wrongly. I would have no issue whatsoever with him being the
That's Livingston manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But whether Aberdeen would stand for that, I'm not sure.
Right.
Good win, yeah. I'd be happy with him. Although I'd be terrified of an appointment like a kind of nostalgic appointment like Strachan or McLeish. But I think both of them are probably just past the point where they would take.
Yeah.